Hi everyone, my name is Dorily. I am a Christian life coach, and for the past 2 months I've been putting videos, but they've been in Spanish. And a dear friend of mine, Cherie, hi Cherie, has asked me, she wrote me today and she asked me if there was a possibility to give the videos also in English. So here I am giving my first little speech, my first video in English, and I hope it's going to be beneficial to all of you guys. So today I spoke about how to resolve issues and how to better argue. And all of us obviously in life have argued with someone, either with our spouse, with our children, with our friends. But we tend to not follow a path on how to be successful at them, how to be healthy, how to actually argue, but get a resolution out of it. We also know a lot of people that have problems, they have issues, they go through hardships in life, they're just a mess. But at the same time, I have noticed throughout my life that has occurred because they are not taking the time to actually argue in a good way. They're arguing just to fight, just to say the last word. They're arguing just to, just to fight. So today I want to bring you really quickly like 4 or 5 things that I consider are helpful in order for you to argue, but to argue healthy. So for example, one of the things that I noticed is that in order to argue, you need 2 people. Funny, right? But yes, you need 2 people to argue in order to have an argument. If there is only one person arguing, there's not really an argument. So when you're in a battle with someone and suddenly you say, you know what, I'm gonna stop arguing, I'm gonna shut up about it, I'm just gonna be cool and just let things come down before I continue to speak my mind, there's no argument if there's only one person. Okay, so just have that in mind. Second, one of the 2 must be mature. And we see a lot of couples, a lot of friendships, a lot of people who are just immature. They just talk. They just go on and on and on. And they don't realize that, I should listen to and see what the other person has to say in order to have a resolution to my argument. So it's important to have maturity. We see a lot of people that are not mature, and it's the worst to have a couple where both are immature. That is just like madness. So in that sense, it's important to try to acquire maturity in order for you to have a healthy argument. Third, speak with a good tone. It's very important for us to be smooth about what we're trying to say, to be calm about it, to say the right thing. Actually, we want to speak our minds, but we don't want to do it in a way that we know we're hurting the other person, or we're going to say something that we're going to regret later. So important to have a good tone. And also with that, if we're mad, if we're like really, really angry, sometimes the best thing is to pull back, just take a minute, take a timeout, an adult timeout, and just kind of step aside and regroup in your mind and just make sure that what you're arguing about actually deserves to be argued. And you want to do it in the right way. You want a healthy relationship. You need to know how to listen. You need to know how to talk. You need to know when to move away and say, you know what, let's take this a little later on. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to go clean the car. Whatever activity you want to do, as long as you do it out of respect. You respectfully tell the other person, I want to take some time. Let's just take this a little later on. And that's fine. It's good to do that. Another thing is, do not talk or do not argue to win. We usually are like in a competition. For some reason, we want to be competing with the other person, with our friend, with our spouse, with our children. We just want to say the last word. We want to make sure that, it's like a battle. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just saying words. I'm just fighting with you. And sometimes we don't realize that everything that comes out of our mouths is going to be so harmful that even if you say sorry later, it's not going to cut it. So why not be humble about it? Why not say, you know what, let me think about what I'm going to say before I say it, because I don't want to have to say I'm sorry later. So we have we're able to do it. God gave us the opportunity to have a mind, to be able to control what we say, how we say it. And all of us are really smart, so there's no need just to blur out different words and then say, oh man, I shouldn't have said that, but it's too late. And the last thing is, after we think about what we're gonna say, we're also gonna let the other person talk. It's not a battle. We don't have to say everything. It's important to let the other person say what they also feel. That's the only way you're gonna resolve an issue. That's the only way that you're gonna give value to the other person, and that's the only way that you're gonna have a healthy relationship. You have to let other people talk. You have to listen while the other person talks, and the other person has to listen while you talk. So that's very important. So I'll leave you with that. In order to have a good argument, you have to listen, you have to speak, you have to make sure that you're doing it in a healthy way. You have to make sure that you're mature. So that's an exercise we all have to go over, you know, in our lives over and over in order to accomplish it, but it can be accomplished. So if you have to fight, do it, but do it healthily, in a healthy way. Okay, so my name is Dorily. I have a Dorily Life Coach page on Facebook. I'm also putting videos on YouTube through Dorily, Dorily, Esquilin, Esquilin. I know it's kind of long, but it's Dr. Dorily Esquilin. And you could go through YouTube, you could go through my Facebook, and you could go through Dorily Life Coach. Give a like, put a comment on there, share the video, and hopefully the information was good. I'm gonna keep on putting them. Thank you, Cherie. Have a good day.